my 19-week pregnancy update. This week my daughter Grace is going to be in the video. Right as I sat down to film this, she woke up from her nap, so she's got her little snack and you're just gonna sit here nicely, aren't you? She seems a little grumpy. I think she woke up on the wrong side of the bed, so let's jump right in. Now, if you watched my last week video, you know that I hadn't written in my bullet journal yet for the week, so will that show up? So there's what that looks like in case you're curious about last week's. So this week, week 19, I actually wrote an entire page, which usually I just do half the page. So at 19 weeks, the baby's the size of a mango. I don't know if it matters, but in the picture it was like the red, yellow, and orange mango, not the yellow mangoes. I know they have different names, but I have no idea what they are. So the baby is 5.98 inches tall or long or whatever, and weighs 8.5 ounces. So as far as my symptoms for week 19, again, I have to pee all the time. I don't think that's ever gonna stop now at this point. Thankfully, I only have to get up usually about once a night. If sometimes I can make it through the whole night, but generally I do have to get up once a night. But I've heard of some women, I think like later in their pregnancy, having to get up multiple, like up to like 4 times a night, which just seems like crazy to me. The next symptom is appetite increase. I think I talked about last week that I definitely have more energy. I can't get my words out today. Hey, Bubba. Which has been really good because this past week, Grace and I have been looking after a little boy at our house, which has been really good. And I think we're going to be looking after him next week as well. His mom actually had a C-section, and it's very hard to, I can imagine, care for a toddler as well as the newborn right after you've had a C-section. The dad had to go back to work. Anyways, that doesn't matter. That's not why you guys are here. But my point of that was that I'm very thankful to have more energy now, working more. I couldn't imagine looking after another child with the little energy that I had in the very beginning of this pregnancy. The next symptom I wrote down is that I'm starting to like really feel pregnant, and it kind of goes along with the next couple things that I wrote down, that it's harder to get comfortable in bed. I've always been a stomach sleeper, so that's like such a huge thing for me in pregnancy, that I can't sleep on my stomach. I have up until now sort of been sleeping like sort of on my stomach on my side with my leg up, if that makes any sense. I have one of those. I do have a pregnancy pillow, although I don't love it. Everyone says they're so amazing. I don't know what brand it is. I bought it off Amazon, but it wasn't like, I've heard of like the Snuggle and like all those other ones that are really popular. I just sort of bought like a cheap one. So I don't know if that's why I don't love it. But when I was pregnant with her, I bought a, like, I think they call it like a wedge pregnancy pillow, so it's just sort of like a triangle kind of. It's good for later in pregnancy to like put under your belly, but at like this point of pregnancy, I really like it for either between my knees, or I can like put my leg up on it and it sort of props my body up off my stomach. Does that make any sense? Hopefully. Anyways, the last thing that I wrote down as far as symptoms was that it's getting more uncomfortable to bend over. And I feel like when I was pregnant with her, I heard about that all the time, but I never really felt that. I never had that feeling that it was uncomfortable to bend over. Obviously, when my belly was like huge, it was uncomfortable. But I think it was just, I didn't need to bend over as much, if that makes sense, when I was pregnant with her. But now I find it's more in my daily life to, like, if I bend over to tie her shoes or, you know, help her in any way, she's so much lower to the ground that I need to bend over to the ground more often. Or if I'm like sitting on the couch and leaning forward to, like, we play Play-Doh at this table or something, or like just things like that, I'm noticing that it's more uncomfortable in my stomach to like bend over. So, next, on April 28th, the baby's handprint was the size of a postage stamp, which I bumped you, which I actually put a stamp in here just to have the reference, if that focus. So that is how big the baby's handprint is. So I would assume that would be like, not just the palm, like the whole hand with the fingers and everything. So that's crazy that like the hand is that big. This past week I've definitely been feeling movement. You gonna go play? No? I wasn't sure last week. I was pretty sure by the end of the week that it was movement, but this week I can definitely say I'm feeling movement, and I feel it multiple times a day usually, not consistently with like a super consistent pattern or routine or anything, but I'm definitely feeling it. Not usually in the mornings, but usually once around like lunchtime, like usually around her nap time when it's quiet, and also pretty much every day in the evenings. Oh, careful, Bubba. So that is super exciting. And I wrote down on the night of April 29th, the baby was super active, like unusually active that night for like quite a long period of time. Like usually in the evenings, probably until like maybe like 10-ish, you know, like from maybe like 8 to 10 is probably like an active time of day or night or whatever for the baby. But it was like until I fell asleep, the baby was kicking and moving and just being really active. So that was really cool. So that's all I have for like the general week information. But today we had our detailed ultrasound, which was very exciting, except we didn't find out the gender. Apparently they don't tell you the gender at the ultrasound anymore. And I asked the tech like since when did they start that, and she said for a couple years now they've been doing that. But I had Grace 2 years ago, which is a couple years ago, and they had no problem telling me at the ultrasound that she was a girl. So that was kind of weird, and I was definitely disappointed. It wouldn't have been a big deal. She said my doctor will have the results, like have the whole, I can't remember what she called it, the whole file or whatever, on the whole report, that's the word, by Monday. But my doctor is on vacation all of next week, so my appointment isn't until the following Monday, which I believe is the 14th. So we won't find out the gender until like another 2 weeks away, which kind of really sucks because I was really excited and really looking forward to finding out. But the most important thing was that she didn't say for sure, but from the tech's reactions and all that, it seems like the baby is healthy and growing the way that it should, and all the parts that should be there are there. We saw its little feet, and the baby had its little hands like this up by its face, which was just like what she did. You know, like that. Grace always had her hands up by her face in every ultrasound, and then after she was born, actually, she always slept with her hands like this. So I think her little sibling is going to be like her in that way. That was really cute to see. And then we could actually see that the baby like crossed their legs, like the ankles were crossed, which was really cute. I've never seen that before. And we saw the hand, like they were just sort of loose at first. Hey! And then we saw them make fists, and then actually it was almost like a wave, like you could see the fist and then you could see the hand go like that. So that was really cute. It was really cool to see that movement. She did confirm that I do have an anterior placenta, but she said one of my main concerns, I don't know why, but I was just, I don't think an anterior placenta, it's a cracker for you, it's a crumb. I don't think an anterior placenta has anything to do with placenta previa or previa, I'm not sure how it's pronounced, but for some reason as soon as I heard that I might have an anterior placenta, I was really concerned about placenta previa or previa or whatever, because in that case they have to do a C-section, obviously, because if you know what that is, it is when the placenta is covering the cervix, which is the exit for the baby. So the baby can't get out, so they obviously have to do a C-section, which is something that I would really like to avoid. Obviously, if that's safest for the baby, that's what I would have to do, but I would like to avoid that. So for some reason, I just was really concerned about that, but the tech did say that the placenta is quite far away from the cervix, so that doesn't seem to be an issue. What else did she say? No, you can't hold my book, baby. I asked, and she said the baby weighs 11 ounces, so what did I write down? This week, the baby's supposed to weigh, what did I say, 8.5 ounces, and I think next week it's like 10 ounces or something. I looked ahead in my app to see, so I assume the baby is measuring slightly ahead. I didn't ask if the baby was or not, but she did say, sorry, Grace is a grump, as I said earlier, and just moved the thing that the camera was sitting on. So what I was saying is that she did say the baby weighs 11, I almost said pounds, 11 ounces, and she also said right at the beginning the heart rate was 143, which is the exact heart rate that she was every single time. Every time I went to my doctor's appointment and they used the Doppler to check her heart rate, I think it's heart rate. She was 142 or 143 every single time, like without fail. It got kind of weird that it was the same every time. So I thought that was kind of weird that this baby has the same heart rate that she had. So I don't know if that is maybe a sign that this baby is a girl. I kind of feel like it is. If you watched my gender prediction video, you would know that. That's all I really have for this week for 19 weeks. Can't think of anything else. Hey, do you have anything to say about the baby? No, you're just a grump. Okay, can I show them my belly? No. Oh, what do I hear? Do I hear neighbors? No. Is there people outside? Oh, what's that? Yeah, there's people outside. So I'm gonna try and show you guys my belly at 19 weeks. So with my hoodie on, you really can't really tell. Where's the baby? Oh, is it the hugs for the baby? Then with my shirt off, is that the baby? Yeah. Yeah? Are you saying bye? Oh, okay. So that's all we have for this video. I hope you enjoyed. I'm sorry Grace was such a grump. This is the only time I had to film this video. And she was supposed to be asleep still. And clearly should be, huh? So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to follow our journey. We'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye. Oh.